Hi, I'm Stephen Talamy. In this video I wanted to walk through some of the Spitfire libraries that are available for under £100. Now please bear in mind that all of these libraries are going to require you to have the full paid version of Kontakt, so you're going to have to take that into account if you don't already have that. Now do bear in mind that Native Instruments usually have a summer sale, and that's often a really good time to go and pick up the full version of Kontakt if you don't have it already. So if you go to this web page here, you can see there's a whole bunch of libraries that are under £100. Now, right now there is the sale going on, so there's a lot more in this bucket, but actually the libraries I'm going to pick today are ones that are normally £100 or less, and so under the sale conditions they're even more affordable. So I'm going to pick through a few of the ones. The first one I want to pick is Scraped Percussion. This for me was really my favourite purchase in terms of the cheaper end of Spitfire stuff. It really is a useful library, and at £29 in the sale, £49 regular price, which is even still great. It's just so versatile for various different uses. So we've got it up and running up here. So there's a whole bunch of cymbal options here that you can play with, loads and loads of different articulations. I tend to often just use these swishes. And there's the shorter versions. But you can see if you browse through here, there's lots of other options, some bowed. Then there's this serrated sound here. Then with a stick. And a super ball. Now, in addition to the cymbals, you have these saw blades. These I used quite a lot in the movie soundtrack that I wrote. Really were great for those tension moments. And then the sonori. Again, really nice gnarly sounds there. And there are a few others. There's a bicycle wheel. There's a music stand, which sounds a bit like this. So really for media composition, these are just a fantastic tool set for those tension moments, for those sort of unsettling moments, thrillers, etc. Really, really great sound set. The next one I want to look up is the Glass and Steel library, though this is often known as a secret weapon by the Spitfire team. It's just got a whole bunch of things in there from glass bowls and other things that have been manipulated. So let's take a look. So let's start off with this glass goblet, and it's got a mixture here of a soft and hard articulation using water inside the glass. And because this is inside the EDNA engine, we can make it oscillate between those two different sounds if we want. We can even apply the gate sequencer. And in fact, I've used this sound as a basis for a production music track. I think I put some delay on it, which let's just crank that up here. And I just went for a very low note. So there's also lots of processed sounds here. So this is Alien Distortions 2, and the MW mod wheel makes it cool. So let's hear what that sounds like. Definitely something useful to add to a track that's going to give it a bit of rhythm, a bit of pace. Then there's this absolute epic pad, which if you play it softly, then it gives you a sort of nice pad sound, but then if you strike it harder, it starts to become distorted. And finally, Pounding Beauty. So you can imagine really useful in a media context. The next one I'll talk about is the Findon Kit Bag. There's actually two of these libraries, so there's a Kit Bag and then Kit Bag 2. They've basically got different woodwind instruments that are generally sort of more exotic, flutes, etc. So let's take a look at this library. So first off, we've got this Chinese bamboo flute. So really nice breathy sounds within that one. So this is the shakuhachi. Here's the performance sound. But I would definitely check out these artisan patches because they're really interesting. So really with the combination of that performance patch and those artisan patches, you can create a really interesting texture. Also some more artisan patches here from the Fujara. So you can imagine anyone asking for something sounding a little like the Mandalorian, these are going to be really useful. And then the ocarina. Really beautiful sound there. The next I want to look at is the Igneous electric cello. This is played by Peter Gregson. Some really interesting patches in here. So first off, we've got the regular sort of long articulations. Some tremolo patches. You can also play here with a distortion, reverb, delay, just to really play into the fact this is an electric cello. And then again, we've got some nice artisan patches here. And some really nice pizzicato sounds here. This pizzicato bell sound is very nice. So there's also this set of different phrases and techniques, so things like a harmonic trill. The helicopter bow. Bowed fifths. Pitch jumps. Plucked majors. So really loads of different performances there as well for you to play into your compositions. And the final one I wanted to look at today was the Martyn Ware N.I.C, No Illegal Connections. So this is a selection of different vintage synths, Roland System 100s, Jupiter 8s, Korg 700s, and they record them all in mono because these are all mono synths, but then you can add some different effects in them to make them more stereo. So if you're really thinking of that classic synth sound, then a resonant sweep is going to be a classic one to listen to. Then there's this really nice shimmering sound here. But if we want to make it less nice, then we can add the amp signal. Completely changing the characteristic. The terminate her bass. And this one's great if you add a bit of chorus to it. There are also various sequences that have been recorded at various BPMs. So this one's at 80 BPM. I'm actually playing it back at 100 BPM. So again, we can take this through different signal chains. And combine them, of course. Then we've got these good vibes, man. Which again, lots of fun we can have by putting that through the chorus. Or even distorting it through the amp. Final one I want to look at is the end of days pad. So these are some really great additions that you can add on top of maybe some of the larger libraries from Spitfire. So I definitely recommend you checking them out. Obviously right now there's a good sale on, so that makes them even more affordable. If you're watching this after the sale, don't worry, I'm sure they'll be in a sale in the future. So just add them to your wish list. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.